coming in and joining us. Now we're going to continue on the coronavirus because as efforts continue to manage it, the Chinese government has also taken action to protect its international reputation. It has revoked the press credentials of 3 Wall Street Journal reporters in China in response to an opinion piece that it described as racially discriminatory. Meanwhile, US President Trump has once again praised how China's leader is handling the outbreak. Here to make sense of it all is Kerry Allen, our China media analyst. Kerry, I'm sure you've read that piece. Are you surprised at the action that the Chinese have taken? What was in that piece that they found so offensive?
Well, this piece was written 2 weeks ago by a columnist called Walter Russell Mead. And the surprising thing about this is that he's based in the US, so he wasn't actually involved in this piece. It's 3 separate journalists, Josh Chin, Chao Deng, and Philip Wen, both from the US and Australia, who have been told that they have 5 days to leave the country. Now, the article itself, it suggests that the government were concealing the scale of the coronavirus when it started. They criticised the authorities' handling of it, and the article also mentioned that there has been an economic impact on as a result of the coronavirus. None of this is really surprising, but what is surprising is that, 3 journalists have been told that they have 5 days to leave the country. We haven't seen something like this for over 2 decades. The last time that a journalist was forcibly told to leave the country was back in 1998. And, there have been cases in recent years of journalists not having their visas renewed, but not told you have to go. This is very surprising.
You're somebody who's worked in China. You know the area well. Did you ever feel under pressure? Is it common to feel under pressure? This, of course, is a much more extreme reaction by the Chinese government.
Well, journalists do have the impression that they have to be careful about what they say in public. They know that they're always watched if they go over on a journalist visa, so they have to exert a certain amount of caution. At the same time, China has, it works with companies like Wall Street Journal, and Wall Street Journal has long-term had a very good relationship with the authorities. So, for example, Sina Weibo, which is what Chinese people use instead of Facebook or Twitter, it's had a presence on there and it's been able to show some reporting. So some people have had an awareness and been able to read reports by the Wall Street Journal within China. You don't have that with a lot of other foreign media, that you can actually read Chinese language news on social media platforms. So it's actually had a better relationship than a lot of other foreign media.
It's an interesting way that the coronavirus story has been covered in China because it's changing, isn't it? At the beginning, there was a lot of freedom for the foreign press and also on social media.
Yeah, there was originally. It was back during Spring Festival when a lot of people go on holiday, and a lot of people going on holiday means the censors also go on holiday. And even though the government likes to try and promote positivity and a Christmas spirit, very much like the Christmas spirit, Spring Festival is meant to be the happiest time of year. There was a lot of panic, there was a lot of openness and a lot of discussions. Official media were being very, very transparent and running a lot of reports on literally by minute what was coming out on this story. So people did have a lot of transparency, but this has concerned a lot of foreign journalists, and in fact the Foreign Correspondents Club of China said that they see this as an extreme and obvious attempt by the Chinese authorities to intimidate foreign news organisations off the back of this.
Kerry, as always, thank you so much for joining